Welcome to the handover video for your Roaming Homes Ford Transit Custom conversion. We'll go around the exterior of the vehicle, and then when we come back to the habitation door, we'll step inside. We'll start at the passenger door. Here, with the passenger door open, you have access to your fuel filler point. Diesel above and AdBlue below. There is no AdBlue gauge on the vehicle, but what you do get is a warning light when there's between 12 and 1500 miles to empty. That's more than enough time. You'll be visiting fuel stations long before 1500 miles is up, and AdBlue readily available at filling stations. You can top up then. If you don't top that up, the light will start to flash at you when there's about 400 miles to go, and if you still don't fill after that, you are in danger of the vehicle going to limp mode. And once it's gone to limp mode, if you switch off the engine won't start again without a technician resetting the system for you. So as soon as that light comes on, pop in some AdBlue. Let's go under the bonnet now. The bonnet release, primary bonnet release catch is on the passenger side of the vehicle, and then you come round to the front. In the centre of the vehicle, underneath, if you place your hand, you will feel the lever for the secondary release, that yellow lever there, and then across the top here you have the bonnet stay. All the usual suspects are underneath the bonnet: windscreen washer filler, brake fluid, steering fluid for the hydraulic steering, the power steering, it's a hydraulic system, oil filler with a very convenient scoop around the top to help you not spill oil everywhere, and then yellow down there you can see the dipstick for checking oil level. With a vehicle that's only done the number of miles this vehicle has done and the age it is, you really should only have to have these fluid levels checked when you're having your services. Just to the right hand side of the main engine block, you'll find your electric hookup point for when you're on a campsite, and we'll plug into that in just a second. What you must always do is plug in here first, then carry the dead end of the lead over to the caravan site hookup point, and when you are unhooking, you do that in reverse. Here is the positive connection point if you ever have to jump start the vehicle. The battery is located under the footwell in the passenger side of the vehicle battery, that is. It's very difficult to get at if it's a nice simple little jump start that's required. So positive terminal there, and you'll see there's a little symbol here showing you where you would connect the negative of the ground, and it is, if you look over here, that mounting bracket, or lifting bracket I should say, on the side of the engine. Connect to that for the negative point, and there for the positive point. And finally, while we're under the bonnet on the right hand side, you'll see the coolant reservoir. Again, you're only really going to have to look at that when you are having your annual service, and that is under the bonnet. Let's connect the mains lead now and go inside the vehicle. Before we enter the vehicle, we'll conclude our tour of the outside of the vehicle and just open the door, the driver's side door, and here you will see an access panel behind which is located the tool set for the vehicle. The spare wheel for this particular vehicle is slung underneath the rear of the vehicle. Also on the offside side of the vehicle you will find the exhaust port for the diesel heating system and cooking system. Opening the rear tailgate section of the vehicle, you will find mounted at the rear the table that goes into the dinette area, two clips here that go onto the bar of the table, and an extending leg that folds down. You also have access through this door to a storage space where you'll find the electric hookup cable that's come with your vehicle. You'll also find the RCD fuse box, and beside that you'll find the battery charging unit. This charges your leisure battery. There are two circuits, RCD circuits for the vehicle, plus a master, and there's also a green square test point as well. When you're connected on a campsite, if you want to check that everything is good, press the green test button and the master RCD switch should come down. If that operates properly, then you know that everything is functioning as it should. The top door of the rear section gives you access to the shelved storage space, which is also accessed by the tambour door on the side here. Stored in here, just for convenience sake at the moment, are the silver screens that go around the cab area of the vehicle. The vehicle also comes with an external thermal screen to go around the front of the vehicle, which is housed in this bag here, and a mattress topper that can go on top of the bed to make it more comfortable, as the bed is made from the rear seats of the vehicle, and the rear seats of the vehicle are contoured for more comfort while travelling. Moving inside the vehicle, first thing you see is the porta potty and the Dometic 12 volt compressor fridge. You'll notice on the top of the fridge access door there is a sliding disc that has the word vent written on there. When it's in the vent position, the fridge door doesn't close completely, and this is the position you put it in during storage, which will stop the fridge from smelling. Very simple operation for the fridge. An on-off switch to the left here, press and hold till everything lights up, and then by pressing the button on the right hand side you can adjust the temperature of the fridge. The bigger the light and the further down the scale you go, the colder the fridge becomes. There's a small cooler box on top. We'll leave this fridge switched on so when you come to collect the vehicle you can feel that it is cold. Above the fridge is the sink. It's a simple cold water system in this vehicle. There is a jerry can which is stored in this access cupboard underneath the cooker. Previous owner has left a couple of utensils behind. Simply fill the jerry can with water. There is a submersible 12 volt pump inside the jerry can, and when you open the tap, a micro switch will activate the pump and the water will flow, as you can see there. Your vehicle is fitted with the combination cooker and heating system, which is powered by diesel fuel. If you lift the lid, you can perhaps, if the light is right, you can see the outer ring marks of the two rings and a little indicator plate here as well. So with the lid up, the cooker operates as a cooker. If you bring the lid back down to the starting position, and you have to pull out this little catch to close the lid down, the lid, the unit acts as a heater with the heat being dispersed. You'll hear a fan running while it's in heater mode, and it's the same burner, but rather than heating the hot plate, air is blown over the burner and that warm air is then circulated around the van. Right, let's go to the control panel and see how it operates. On the cabinet wall beside the cooker there are three panels. Lower one has two USB charging points and a 240 volt socket, which obviously only works when you're plugged into mains electricity. Next up we have the master 12 volt button for the internal lights, and this particular system is fitted with a dimmer, and if you turn it all the way around, the LED lights will be on high, and you turn it down and the LED lights will be on low, as you can see here. Next to the master switch there is a battery condition test button. There you can see we've got plenty of charge in the battery. Now we move up to the control for the Wallace diesel cooker and heating system. Press and hold the on-off button for 2 seconds, then release. Light will come on and the fan has started to run because I've got the cooker lid down, and it is now going to, the blower will come on and it will dissipate air. There, you'll see there's a little hexagonal here. It looks like small LEDs. When you see it up close, that's actually the thermostatic sensor. Now, turning the heat all the way up to 6 and then back down, and then all the way up to 6 again and then back down again, changes the mode from thermostat to manual. Well, actually from manual to thermostatically controlled. It always boots up in manual. In manual, you choose your desired temperature, and there's a handy chart that comes with the vehicle that will tell you what 5 equates to. If it's thermostatically controlled, it will come on and off until as that temperature is reached, and if it falls below that temperature during the night, it'll come back on automatically. If you have it in manual, which is the standard setup mode, it will come on and it will stay on once it's reached that temperature. So it could in effect get a little bit warmer, or you would use an excessive amount of fuel. So if you are going to be using it as a heating system over a cold night, it's advised you do it in thermostatic mode. To operate the cooker unit, it's exactly the same. You just press the button for 2 seconds to fire it up, but you lift the lid and then the plates inside will heat up. To switch off, press and hold the button again for a couple of seconds. You'll see the lights go off. We're getting flashing mode there. The unit is running through its cool down period. The fan will continue to blow during that cool down period, and then eventually the fan will go out. And that's how simple your heating and your cooking facilities are inside your new camper van. To operate the pop roof, you simply release the straps on this side and on this side, and then push the roof up. It's a good idea not to put the strap all the way through. It saves you trying to feed it back through when you're bringing the roof down. So once both straps have been released, just simply place your hand on the roof and push. The final thing we have to demonstrate is how the bed operates. Now the bed is on rails, and the entire rear seat and bed mechanism will slide backwards and forwards on these rails, and does so quite easily. To lock the seat in place, there are 2 levers hidden inside this door, and you can see them here and here. By placing them in this position and pushing them back firmly, you will lock the seat into the position where you have placed it. Pulling them forward again releases the locking mechanism and allows you to slide the seat backwards and forwards, so that when you're travelling you either have a lot of space at the front of the vehicle and a big boot at the back behind the seats. To change the rear seat from the seat into the bed, first off, remove the 2 headrests from the back of the seat, then lift up this mechanism here. You can hear it click, and then you'll see the bed now starts to fold down to make up the bed. When you're doing this, it is always better to keep the bed locked in place using the red handles that are under there. So here we have the bed in the final position. Of course, the mattress topper goes on top, and then to release, as demonstrated earlier, push that back and the mechanism springs back, and you can easily push it back into the seating position. Position the seat either forward or to the rear, and use the 2 red handles to lock it in place. You have a very much standard Ford Transit dashboard arrangement on this vehicle. It's an automatic gearbox, so foot on brake and key into ignition in park, and everything will light up. Bluetooth, pair your phones for hands-free phone. Climate control, entertainment system control there. There is, when you come down into drive, there is the opportunity to go up and down through the gears manually. You see we're now in D2, D1, and fully automatic. You have two different driving modes, M1 and M2. Refer to your owner's manual to see what those modes are. Obviously, I'm sitting here with doors open and tailgates open, so we're getting all sorts of alarms going off. Steering wheel controls for cruise control and for hands-free operation of the telephone are there and there. Indicator stock on the left, windscreen wipers on the right, and adjustment for mirrors and your windows there. To lock the vehicle at night when you're in, use these two buttons here and not the key fob, as that will set your alarm as well. And that concludes the dashboard operation of your new vehicle. USB feed to the entertainment section, and if you want to charge, it's also a power point. It will charge your phone, but if you have additional devices you can charge them using the 12-volt socket there. Everything in the cab runs off the vehicle battery, so you won't drain your leisure battery while driving if you're charging, say, a 12-volt cool box or something. And that concludes the handover presentation for your Roaming Homes Ford Transit conversion camper van. We thank you once again for choosing to use Highland Camper Vans, and we wish you lots of miles and lots of smiles in your new machine as you make memories. Once again, thank you very much for your business.